Hey guys, Beeves here. Gonna play some Marvel Heroes 2016, and they currently have a Civil War event going on. Doesn't matter if you haven't seen the movie or not yet. There's a new cool intro screen here. I hadn't really played Marvel Heroes for, I don't know, almost a year, and to come back to the game, it's just awesome. They've definitely... Marvel Heroes is definitely one of those games where it is improving every single year, every patch. There are a lot of games that say they're going to keep up with the game.
Well, you know.
And it's just... There isn't a free-to-play game out there that is kept as up-to-date as Marvel Heroes, in my opinion. So like I said, Civil War is going here. This is the second part of the Civil War content, I guess. In the third week, they're going to...
Don't you get cold?
Let all the content be out there. I think just right now you can't access the first mission or what have you. But I don't know what's going on, so I figured I'd make a video. So, almost 3,000 souls are lost. People around the world terrified and angry. Suicidal maniac, crossbones. That's part of the first quest. And accountability. Okay, so this is basically, yeah. We're actually drawing lines here. Oh my god. I have to choose a side. Alright. Going that I've already seen the movie, I'm not going to read over these. If you want to pause the video and, you know, whatever. I'm going to pick one here. And I don't know what's going to happen, so... It's like, Team Cat.
You know, Cap, a guy could learn something from you if he paid attention. Hey, look,
And
shiny.
we're at Cap's hideout. And so far, the overall theme of the Civil War is similar in the game and the movie, I guess, but the story is definitely different. I don't know. You know, making game content and movie content, it's going to be a bit different. Allow you to gain further influence as a member on our side. As you gain more influence, you'll be granted access to useful gear from Dagger. Okay. So I guess this is another faction. If you don't know that much about Marvel Heroes, it's kind of a spiritual successor to Diablo 2 in a way, just because the creator of that worked on this game. Alright, should we go to Madripoor. And we're actually going to do this. Why not? Let's go ahead. Face Iron Man at the airfield. The first part of the Civil War mission is there's this bomb in the city and you fight Crossbones. He's got bombs all over the city and he blows them up. Which is not what happens in the movie, so I'm not spoiling anything here.
Let's go fly.
We'll go to the airfield here. We'll see what happens.
Let's get this party started.
You don't mess with the war machine.
This is the intro screen. That's pretty cool. Yes. Like, I'm Spider-Man, my team up is King Thor, which is pretty awesome. I think I got him actually as a random drop or something, which was pretty awesome.
You are done!
So Marvel Heroes is like a action game like Diablo, but it also has MMORPG elements, more so than things like Diablo 3 or Diablo 2. as in there are factions, which I'm guessing this is going to be, since I am Team Cap. I'm guessing it's a faction. We're just finishing this fight. And I'm Spider-Man, so I will hilarious.
You are no threat to the Panther.
Be prepared to kill me.
Back. If you're interested in playing Marvel Heroes right now, they are offering... I have a random chance to summon Frost Giant. That's not from the movie. But, yeah, so like I was saying, if you wanted to get into Marvel Heroes right now, if you go to the official website, you know, when you create your account and all that good stuff, there's a place to enter codes, and you can either enter Team Cap or Team Iron Man. I'm not sure if those are the exact words you want to use. I'm pretty, it's something like that, or really close. You can always Google it. And you'll either get Iron Man or Captain America for free, depending on which code you put in. Doesn't have anything to do with the story or how that's going to play out, because I already owned Captain America, so I went Team Iron Man on my code redemption and got Iron Man for free. Like I was saying, so this game is free to play. You don't have to put any money into it if you don't want to. Everything can be unlocked by the in-game currency, what they call Eternity Splinters.
Let's get
There's
down
like
to business. You picked the wrong side. That's it? I'm insulted. Save time. Give up. I won't go down without a fight.
So like I was saying, the Eternity Splinters, you can buy everything. There is a giant inventory cache you have. They call it a stash in this game. You can use Eternity Splinters to make that bigger. You can also use money to make that bigger. There are different kinds of chests, or I guess sections of your stash. You can do ones that are just crafting materials, ones that are just general storage. Whether or not those have any different price points, I'm not sure. At least that's how it was back in the day. Maybe that's different. There really isn't a point to having more than just a general tab, in my opinion. But there are specific hero tabs. So like, say you love Spider-Man, he's your favorite character, he's the only person you're ever going to play. You want to stash just for Spider-Man items, you can buy a character-specific one like that. And then the only thing you can put in that stash is Spider-Man items. So it kind of limits you, so you probably don't want to do that. Unless, like I said, you're absolutely nuts about a specific character.
Would you call that last hit a pow or a bam? Be honest, this is for science.
Science. Alright. Alright, I was gonna say there's gotta be some rewards here somewhere. And along with your, like I said, my team up is King Thor. So it's pretty much almost always like having a second character with you, which is awesome, especially if you're a big solo player. You also have a pet that you can get at some point. And so there's all these items. You can either sell them or you can donate them to crafters. You can actually level up your crafters so they have better items to buy. But the cool thing about your pets is you can just hit J there,
Hey, a doodad.
take all those items, and you actually... It's like a feed for items, because there's all these items that you're going to keep picking up in the game. There's no real reason to keep picking them up. But in this game, they make it worth your time, or they make it really easy just to pick up all these items and donate them to your pet, which will start giving your character bonuses. Like, I donated, I think, 8 uniques to my pet, and I got +2 strength, which is actually really good because it's like a base stat. If you don't play the game, that probably doesn't make much sense to you yet, but like I said, this is the second part of the Civil War, so Wakanda. She wants me to go to Wakanda. So then it's leading me to the one-shot story, Vibranium Mines.
Good Hulk.
And
Nice Hulk.
that story's been
Call.
available for a while,
Call.
I believe.
Oh, boy.
It was already there.
Oh joy, now my life is complete.
Complete legendary quests and defeat supervillains. The other thing with this being a free-to-play game, it definitely has its free-to-play elements like login rewards, which are kind of cool. You get a login reward every day that you log in. Sometime, and then there will be like a delivery manifest with it. I'm at the point where I don't really need any of these items with Spider-Man. Pretty high level. Let's see, can't do anything with that. Let's see, and right now there's Avengers Daily Gift going on, which is 5 Eternity Splinters and 5 Cube Shards, which is pretty good. And these rewards and things that you get, you can't open them in the main hubs. It's like, I don't know if that's just a way to get you to play for an extra minute or two, or if it's just to keep, with the hubs being as busy as they are sometimes, it'd be, I could see it being easy to lose your items and stuff, especially if other people are dropping stuff, which happens. There are a couple elements of this game. I haven't really looked back into it since I started playing. You used to not be able to trade directly with characters. I feel that you can now, although I haven't done it. Because I had some random guy was trying to sell me an artifact for like 1 billion gold, which I thought was funny. And then I don't even know if that's a lot of gold or not. I've never had 1 billion gold, and I've dedicated quite an amount of time to this. But he was trying to sell me this artifact that was good for Spider-Man, and then I found it like 5 minutes later. It was the most hilarious thing in the world, since there's so many different artifacts, and just fell off a random mob. Seal of Conflict. Okay. I'm not gonna dive too deep into reading all that stuff and figuring out what it all means. But there's my daily. If you play through the story, you get one of these Honor of Asgards, which will just be like a random chest pickup. The other thing I've noticed that they added are these coffers of achievements, which I don't believe were there the last time I played. But every time you get an achievement in game, you get one of these coffers, so you can pop it open. As far as I can tell,
Gotta get some pockets in this suit.
it's always going to have level 60 items. So if you're getting achievements, just keep those coffers until you get to level 60. Otherwise, you're gonna have these level 60 items that the only thing you can do with them is really donate them. And I'm just gonna go over some of the systems here. I mean, I don't know if you guys have played Marvel Heroes at all, or if that's kind of why you're checking this out. But so let's go to our character. We've got 3 different skill trees here, and you'll find items that say like add 3 skills to all the crime fighter talents, or web slinger, wall crawler, different item things like that. But then there's the Omega system, and if you play Diablo 3 and you're familiar with Paragon points, this is kind of similar. This is an overarching experience from all of my characters and all of my playtime. So I've earned 1,508 points. Where it differs from Diablo 3 is there are a ton of different options of things you can do with these points. Some of them are kind of cool because they even have visual effects like Pym's shrinking particles. You get +1 speed, and you get a minor size decrease. Last time I played, some of these visual aspects would stack and some wouldn't. I think Hulk, as far as I know, it was 2. So you could get, say there's a Pym artifact that makes your size look smaller, and then you could also get this in the Omega system, which would make it even smaller. So you just have a tiny hero, which I think is hilarious. Or I focused on getting visual artifacts from my Hulk that made him bigger, and he was ginormous, which was also really cool. But like I said, there are an insane amount of things that you can do on here. There are guides, there are character guides for how to build it, all that kind of stuff, and different things like chances to weaken enemy on hit, increased experience, increased basic stats, and so these skills will cost from anywhere from 1 Omega point to some of them cost like hundreds. This one gives you +7 strength, and it costs 1,200 points. So pretty ridiculous there. The other cool thing about Marvel Heroes is that every time you get a leveled hero to level 25, you get a buff. What's the word I'm looking for? I guess a buff for that hero permanently. And each hero that you have can get 10 different buffs from different heroes. So for example, I'm Spider-Man. I'm getting a buff from Cable, which is a crit chance. I'm getting Emma Frost's buff, which is 3% damage over time and +1 durability attribute. That's actually really good. 2% move speed from Hawkeye. 6% health altogether from Hulk. Some area damage from Human Torch. Melee power from Nightcrawler. Things like that. And you can also activate your same hero, so I'm also getting dodge rating from Spider-Man, which is pretty cool. And like I said, as you level up more heroes, you can change these. You can change these buffs. And earlier I said you get 10, but you get 2 for each character if they actually get up to level 50. And the other thing about leveling up heroes, which is pretty cool, is, if I can remember how to do this, if you look at your stats, there's all kinds of stat details in here: offensive, defensive, utility, player versus player. I've never done that, so I don't know much about it. But we're going to look at this one, Hero Synergy Bonus Experience. So it increases experience earned by a percentage based on the level of your currently unlocked heroes. So if I have one hero at level 60, I get a 30% experience bonus across the board. If I have 2 heroes at 60, it's 50%, 3 heroes, 65%, 4 heroes, 75%. You can read it here. But like I said, it's under the stats, and then it's under utility bonuses if you're ever looking at this. And then 5+ heroes, level 60, 5% experience per hero, which is pretty sweet. And then each level, 30 hero grants 1% experience, and 50 is 3, to a max of 200%. And at the end it says it's only applied to level 60 characters and below, so I don't know if at some point they actually plan on raising the level cap. So as you can see, my team up just started attacking these target dummies. This is just one of the hubs. If you've played games like this or MMORPGs, so like that's a level 60 DPS target dummy. And then there are raids, and there's raid bosses, so there are raid dummies and things like that. Pretty crazy. So many different things going on. Here's an enchanting crafter. You level them up, you get runes. You can put a rune word into what they call your Uro forged items. That's more of an Asgardian thing.
Oh, hello.
And then there's like your regular
Sorry,
crafter,
my mind was
where you
wandering.
can get affixes for your costume. There's also what they call a costume core, So even though your costume is pretty much just like, you know, how you want your character to look, you can actually attach stats to your costumes to make it more of not just cosmetic, but appearances as well, which is pretty cool. We'll hit X here, and just to show you an example, let's look at Spider-Man and look at some of these different costumes. Costumes do have a random chance to drop in the game. You will not find very many costumes. Like I said, I've probably played this over 100 some hours, I don't know, but I think I found 2. But then there are also enhanced costumes where it'll change their voice and catchphrases, things they say, like Spider-Gwen. Obviously, she's not going to be talking about like your normal Spider-Man. Which is pretty sweet. And G is their actual money currency, so you can buy G with actual money. The other one I was talking about is Eternity Splinters, and I'll kind of show you a little bit about how that works. So like I said, Eternity Splinters, I don't know if you saw me looting some earlier. I think I actually got one from my Asgard chest.
Tony, does
But
that thing
let's
run
go to
Windows
Adam
or
Warlock
Linux?
here. He's the Eternity Splinter Vendor. And like I said, here's that general stash tab, which costs 600, which is actually pretty expensive. But right now I've got 766. So you can buy Team Up, which is like, I don't know, Diablo 2 would be like the hired merc, I guess. And then if your Team Up dies, there is a cooldown bar here where you can resummon them. But the cooldown actually starts going from when you summon them, not when they die. That way, sometimes when they die, you can just summon them right away. But the different team-ups, you can equip them a little bit, which is pretty cool. They actually cost as much as your heroes do. There is a random hero unlock, which is 175 splinters, which, if you only have a couple characters, that's actually a really awesome way to go, in my opinion. But then, yeah, all the characters you can buy here. And it is relatable to money. Like Black Widow, I think, is one of the cheapest characters in the actual money store, and she's also one of the cheapest here for the Eternity Splinters. Like Deadpool is 600 Eternity Splinters, which I think is as expensive as they get. But he is one of the more expensive ones in the store, just because how insane his popularity has grown over the last few years. What was I gonna say? In the newest heroes are not always the most expensive. Pretty sure Elektra is the newest hero in the game, and she's only 400 Eternity Splinters, which is kind of cool if this is a game that you
Is that a tail in
play
your pocket or
all the time.
is a tail?
And then you want to get that new hero when they come out. They don't penalize you by making it the most expensive character, which is pretty cool. Like I said, there's still a lot of heroes I don't have, and I can't decide who I want to level up next, and that's why I have 766. The other cool thing is, with the Civil War going on, if you wanted to play Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, Black Panther, you know, one of those characters featured in the movie, you can... that first week with the thing, you were getting 50% bonus experience for playing one of those heroes, and now you're getting 100% increased experience. So if you wanted to level up some heroes, start getting those bonuses, now would be a great time to do that. I was leveling up with Spider-Man. I didn't even realize there was that bonus experience going on, but I just leveled him up like crazy. The cutscenes in this game are these motion comics like this, which, you know, they're pretty well done. Cool. We're gonna skip this. Like I said, it's
good to be the king, huh?
been in the game for a while, but with that, so there's your regular story mode. You can play through your story. The main quests in your story mode are going to give you a ton of experience, which is awesome, because for a while there, people weren't playing the story. They were just doing all the side stuff you can do because it was a faster way to level up. So they made the story mode actually worth playing. If you'd never played it, I'm sure it was worth playing, you know, obviously to get the story. There are also some permanent bonuses you get from playing the story. Some mission rewards will grant you, permanent health buffs. You used to need an item to reset your skills. Now you can just do it on the fly and reskill your character whenever you want. Things like that used to be the rewards.
The old Wakanda will fall.
If you really want to team up hero and you don't want to spend any money or eternity splinters on it, I believe once you get through chapter 3 or 4, you get a shield agent for free as a team up. That way you can have one with you for pretty cheap. Actually, I don't think I've ever done this one now that I'm playing it. Probably should have watched that video, but it's all good. I'll watch that sometime. As you can see, I'm playing through this pretty quick, but I am level 60. I've replaced my normal gear with what you call uniques. So I'm a little bit better than your average character at this point. I still the Burrow Forged items. I believe you get those at like 25 or 30. There are 2 different levels on them. You either get a level 25 item or a level 50 version. And then of course there are different weapons that do completely different things, but I actually have not got my level 50 item. It's like the one thing I'm farming for, because then I can put a rune word in it. Runes are random drops. The crafting in this game is really cool because they do such an incredible job of giving you things to do with all the items that drop, especially duplicate items. So say if I have like 5 of the same unique item and I just keep finding it, instead of just having those and nothing to do with them, you could trade them all in for a relic chest, which just gives you a bunch of random relics, for example. And there are other kind of things that you can do like that. You can trade it in for an experience chest. And the real thing that you do with the experience chest, or I'm sorry, gold chests. So say you get a chest that has 1,000,000 gold or whatever. What you can do, you can sell it to a vendor, get 1,000 gold. But you also have the option to donate those chests. So if it's worth 1,000,000 gold and you donate it to a crafter, for example, you actually get 1,000,000 experience, which is a good way to level up your crafters.
Neat.
Like I was saying, there's a unique that I just found. It looks like Spider-Man's web shooters. That's an item that I have found several times. So I definitely have duplicates of those. So that's one of those things that I would be saving up and donating, or turning into some random chest. There are also relics. Oh man, there's so many different things in this game where you can just... There's always something to work on. Whether you're farming Omega levels, leveling up a new character, trying to get your stacks of relics. Like right now I have 5. And you can actually stack those up to 1,000. The main reason I have so few is I believe one of my other characters is using the same relic. But, I mean, I could be working on getting a stack of 1,000 of those forever. And so right now, the relic I have, it's like 5 increased health. So I get 1,000, I'll have 5,000 increased health, which would actually be pretty ridiculous considering that mine's 20,000, almost 20,000. Like I was saying, there is, with your skills, each character also has a super power ability, and you can only use it once every 10 minutes. And Spider-Man it unlocks at 52. I can't remember if it unlocks at 52 on every single character. That's something that might change. But like I said, I can use that once every 10 minutes and it just absolutely destroys bosses. So that's usually what I say. The other thing, every character also has a signature spell, which is my giant web ball that pulls everyone together and then does a big AoE on the ground. We'll do here in a second. Boom. And it's just something different that looks cool, but everybody's got one. Everybody also has traveling talents. So like right now my right click, this is actually more of an attack, but I use it to move around. But then there's an actual movement skill, which I think on Spider-Man is web swinging. And so you can just web swing around to move around areas really quickly, get to new areas or a specific objective. And every character has one of those. So imagine, I don't know, you were playing Diablo 2 and you could just mount up to get somewhere really quick. That's kind of what it's like. And on some characters, it is just like mounting up. Like Ghost Rider, for example. You summon a motorcycle and you just drive around. I don't know if I have to do that.
And you're ugly too.
Hopefully. So I even have an ability that increases my dodging, defenses, and all that good stuff, but I never use it. But in saying that, the game does have a ton of end game, which is ridiculous. So every boss in the game has what you call a terminal.
You guys tired already?
So say I really like fighting Magneto, or Magneto has a specific item I want to go get. I can just keep fighting Magneto in this terminal as much as I want. But then there is a harder version of the terminal. I think the first one's green, the regular old difficulty. And then there's a red version, which increases the experience and drop rates of some higher level items. And if you find that the red difficulty is too easy, there is a third difficulty that they call Cosmic. And once you start running Cosmic terminals, they get pretty difficult. But the other cool thing about those is, with those terminals, like say you're just fighting Magneto, you can run to the end of the level as fast as you want and fight Magneto, and then it'll be over. But in the Cosmic terminals, they will be significantly more difficult. And you can do the same thing where you just run to the boss if you just want to keep farming Magneto. But in the Cosmic terminals, they add a challenge bonus. So say the first challenge is to kill 125 enemies. If you kill 125 enemies, at the end of the terminal, after you kill the boss, there's going to be a Cosmic chest, which is going to have really good loot in it, high level loot. And depending on the terminal, some of them are shorter than others. It's always a number of enemies defeated challenge. But so say you do the 125, the next one's 200, and the third one's like 300, something like that. So it gives you incentive to not just run through it really quickly, because if you kill all those enemies, Cosmic chests are really good. There's a relic. And there's a bunch of options, like, we haven't seen any, I think it's common items are green, or maybe uncommon. Common might be gray. But you can just turn off, you can just turn off seeing those. Like, I don't want to look at any of that junk. I know it's not going to be any good for my character. So I can just turn off the option not even to see it.
The man-ape will stop you.
For example, like if I had my pet fully leveled up and the only thing I was interested in was uniques on my Spider-Man, I'd just turn on uniques and I would never see any loot. I don't know what the wizard is doing here in Wakanda, but Spencer Smythe with vibranium enhanced Spider-Man. Wakanda security staff. And some heroes, like Spider-Man, even have certain skills in their skill trees that augment other skills and turn them into different ones. Which, I don't know if that's new to 2016, but I do not remember ever seeing anything like that, and I find it very cool.
Does it look like I have that many pockets?
Yes. Yes, it does, Spider-Man. The other thing, too, is, I don't know if you've seen that chat going, where some people have different colored names, like Vidova here. He's blue, so that means that whatever character he's playing, say he's playing Spider-Man. I don't remember what order the colors go, but... So right now my name is just white if I say something on social. It has nothing to do with my level. It's just I could have a level 1 Spider-Man, I could have a level 60 Spider-Man, and it'd still be white. But there is a item that will reset your hero level. The interesting thing about that is I believe you get to keep all of the gear that you have equipped, but your skills will reset. And the only reason to do that is purely cosmetic, I believe. Once you reset a character, if I got him to level 60 a second time, then my name and chat would be different, so people know that I've played this character a lot. Each time you do that, I believe you also get a costume for your character, which would be the other reason you can do it. And I think you might actually always get their basic costume. But then the costumes are one of those things where you can put 3 costumes together to get another random costume. Whether that's for your hero or completely random, though, I don't know. So that's farming costumes is something that's really hard to do because you have to basically level your character to 60 multiple times. And you can do it 4 times, and each time you do it, the amount of experience it takes is actually the same until you get to the cosmic level, which gives you a yellow, or I guess some people call it gold, I think, name. When you get there, I think you need 25 times for each level, so it takes an insane amount of time to get that. So if you see somebody with a yellow name, you'll know that they've played that hero a whole lot. He's played that hero an insane amount. Man, I don't know. I can talk about Marvel heroes all day now that I'm back into it. There are health orbs, there are spirit orbs, there are experience orbs, there's major experience orbs. Once upon a time there were health and spirit orbs that were purple. I don't know if I've seen a purple orb since I started playing 27. Alright, what am I doing? I need to interact. I think actually maybe there's... Here we go. Locate the stockpile key. As you see there, I was just clicking that mission tracker tab. There are all kinds of different missions and things that are going on. There are legendary quests, which help you get Odin marks. Odin marks you use for legendary weapons. Your legendary weapons actually level up, which gives you incentive to keep using the same one. All kinds of good stuff. All kinds. If you really like this game, you could play it forever and always have something to do, I feel.
What a waste of web fluid.
I think I'm gonna try and get good enough to do
Stick around.
that is my goal. As long as they don't nerf Spider-Man, which I hear here from chat they're planning on doing. Might be able to do it this mashing buttons, killing all the dudes. Deactivate the explosive. Do that. Man-ape. Let's do this man-ape. I'm really hoping he makes an appearance in the Black Panther movie. He's actually a pretty cool character, I think. The recent rumor is the other dude from Creed, whatever his name is going to be in the movie and the villain. I can't really see that guy as like a major villain, but with depending on how much you know about Black Panther, the king can be challenged at any time for the throne. So I'm wondering if he's going to be a dude that challenges him because he wants the throne. That would be a cool thing to watch. Whether that's a major plot point or just a cool fight mechanism in the story, I doubt it. Man-ape and the Black Panther story, I think he was part of the Panther tribe. And he left to start the Ape tribe. Or maybe he was just always the Ape tribe and they just don't like him. But they almost there, guys. We're almost there. Turn these questions for the Civil War experience or whatever it is. Oh, I didn't use my super villain
Fall down, go boom.
to show how powerful that was.
Huh, neat. Does it look like I have that many pockets?
Oh, that is not currency. That's... I've got way too much junk. One intelligence. There are also danger room. They finally added the danger room to the game. You go to the danger room. You do random scenarios. And they are very difficult. As part of the, I think the newest end game, I think that's where some of the hardest content in the game is outside of raids, is the danger room. Because those danger room key cards, when they drop with a random difficulty number. Right. More fat loot that I won't be able to pick up. Oh, and there's my ultimate ability that I accidentally hit. But he would have been hitting a boss, which does an insane amount of damage. We're going to go turn that quest in and see
Who's a
what
pirate's
happens.
favorite photojournalist?
So,
Peter Parker.
unless I screwed it up. Locate the computer terminal, it says. Maybe I failed it. I failed it. That's cool. Hub, Cap's hideout though. Find out. Yep, I screwed up.
I will
Don't have
not
any quests
pick
to
a
turn
card.
in. Don't be like me. Read things. Yeah. See who else I've played here before I take off. Black Panther I played a lot in beta. Well, that was a really long time ago, but that was actually pretty fun. I might buy him. Captain America I bought at some point. Trinity Splinters, never played him. Doctor Strange is really fun. Cable is actually really fun. I can't believe he's only level 33. I think he was the first character I played. Doctor Strange and Cable, giant AoE abilities. Cable's a ranged character as well. It's pretty cool. Emma Frost, I felt she was super strong and she can mind control things, so you always have an extra stuff with you. Hulk, he's Hulk. You jump around, you smash things. Human Torch, big AoE guy as well. Iron Man, I feel like he plays like a ranged character, shooting your laser beams and whatnot. Nightcrawler, definitely a melee character, but he can teleport, all that good stuff. He was pretty fun. He felt the most underpowered out of any of the characters I played. That's kind of why I got him to 50 for the melee bonuses and stopped there. Rocket Raccoon is ranged as well. He's a little bit different character. Silver Surfer, ranged, a lot of AoE. Spider-Man is big AoE and then melee, so he's a little bit different as well. Thing, kind of like the Hulk, just smash stuff. Pretty fun. Wolverine, I felt he
Is that a tail in your
felt
pocket,
kind
or-
of underpowered as well.
It
That was a long time ago that I played him. And then I believe your team up hero experience is a permanent experience. So if I had a new hero and I put King Thor on them, he would
Beer
be
isn't
level 50.
always the solution, though.
Maybe not. Maybe that's wrong. Let's find out. Let's find out. Where's Captain America? He feels like he would be in Cap's hideout. Maybe it might kick me out of here.
I have my orders.
Alright, so let's go back to Team Up Heroes and do King Thor. Set active. Nope, King Thor is still level 50, so I was right. They stay that way. And there are some different things you can do, like show off.
Time to show our true colors. It's an honor to work with you.
And some characters have other ones, I believe. But that was a quick look at Marvel Heroes 2016. It's always getting better. They're always adding content, and it's always a good time. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Maybe you learned something. Maybe this is your first time looking at Marvel Heroes. But as a free-to-play game, definitely worth your time.